Amazon PPC optimization sucks. It's literally a time suck. It takes hours and it's so painful to do. But in this video, I'll show you how you can do it in literally 5 minutes and in a very easy, simple, streamlined way. Now, I've spent thousands of hours optimizing PPC campaigns for my own brands. I've spent over $1 million of my own money optimizing PPC campaigns for MMA Nutrition, and Trivium has spent $180 million in the last 12 months on Amazon PPC. So let me show you step by step how you can do it very easily. Now, there's two categories to Amazon PPC optimization. Number one is reducing wasted ad spend, and number two is scaling profitable campaigns. So let's start with reducing wasted ad spend. So when you're optimizing to reduce wasted ad spend, here's what you want to do. You want to lower bids, you want to add negatives, you want to lower bid by placements, and you want to pause underperformers. All right, so let's break that down. Let's start by adding negatives. First of all, you go to reports and you download the search term report. I like to do the last 30 days. It gives me a good amount of data. Now, once I get that sheet, I'm looking for two things: spend and no sales, and high ACOS and low sales. So what I mean by spend and no sales, it means it spent a certain amount of money in the last 30 days without generating a sale. So I have a $30 product, for example. If it spends $15 with no sales, I want to add it as negative. Now, what is that number? What is that threshold? Now, you can start looser when your product's initially in the launch phase, because maybe you don't want to be too tight. So maybe it could be 20, 25. Do it as a percentage of your sale price. So I like to start with 75% of my sale price and then go down to 50 and then sometimes go down to 40 or 30. But again, you don't want to be too tight, because if it spends $7 and doesn't make a sale, maybe on the 8th or 9th dollar, it would have made a sale. That would have been a 33% ACOS, which is actually not that bad. So for your sake, start with 50%. So if it spent $15 and no sales, I'm just going to put the filters, extract those terms, identify what's the search term, what's the campaign. Go into your campaign manager, literally copy paste, type in the campaign name. Then from there, go into the campaign, take that search term, click on negatives and click add as a negative. You can do that super simple, super quick, right in the campaign manager. Now, the other criteria that you can do is also a high ACOS and low sales. So you could do 2 orders or less, or 1 order. Let's just do 1 order and the ACOS is over 85%, for example. Again, you can start looser over 100% and then go down to 85, 75. If you go too tight, you might notice that your sales drop. So try not to be too tight. Let's say 85% or more and 1 sale or less. Again, take those search terms, add them as negatives. Now we're done with negatives. So we move on to lowering bids. Now, each product needs to be treated differently. You can't just lower the bids the same for everything. If you have a product that's launching, you want to be a little bit looser, like I said. But if you have a very mature product, you can be a little bit tighter with the criteria. But all you're going to do is go into Campaign Manager and then in the Targeting tab. Once you're in the Targeting tab, you're going to add the exact same filters. The filters are going to be, greater than, let's say, $15 in spend and no sales. You're going to go in and lower the bid. Now, you're going to do this only for exact and product targeting. For auto, broad, and phrase, first you're going to add negatives. Once you've added all the negatives, then you can lower the bid. Because if you try to lower the bid before adding the negatives, maybe just by adding the negatives, you had 40 keywords, you add negatives for 20, the 20 that were left are profitable. You know what I mean? So for auto, broad, phrase, and expanded ASIN, start with the negatives. For exact and product targeting, lower the bids. Now again, we're operating under the assumption that lowering the bid means you're going to show up lower in the search results. And then showing lower in the search results means if someone made it all the way down and then clicked on you, there was a higher intent for them to buy. Cool, exact same criteria. High ACOS above 85% and 1 or less sales, you're again gonna lower the bid. And finally, you're gonna pause that keyword. So in the last 30 days, just put a date range, last 30 days. If there's no sales on those keywords, you can pause those keywords and start launching them in their own campaigns. Just do not make the mistake of pausing a keyword that was recently launched. So look at how long the keyword's been there. If it's been there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, okay, it's not really spending money. Maybe increase the bid, I don't know, but I would rather just pause it, launch it in its own campaign, potentially with a higher bid. Now, finally, reducing bid by placement. So you're gonna go into each campaign and go into the placements tab. Now you're gonna see multiple placements: top of search, first page, product pages, and then rest of search. So if one of those placements, let's say top of search, first page, was doing well and you decided to add a bid by placement, increase it like 20%, 30%, 100%. And maybe you said, hey, you know what? In this placement, I'm performing well, so I'm willing to spend more on my bid to show up higher in the search results if I can make it to that placement because the data says that I converted. Sometimes you do that, and actually what happens is all of a sudden your ROAS used to be 8x, now it's 2x, and rest of search is better. You just take that down. You just reduce it. How much? Reduce it by 25% of what it is. So let's say it's 100%, bring it down to 75. Let's say it's 50%, bring it down to 35. Stuff like that. You don't want to have big jumps, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to yo-yo. You're going to go from one to the next to the next. No one wants that, right? You just want to gradually and slowly decrease and increase bids. So again, when it comes to lowering the bids and optimization, I like to lower by 5 cents, maximum 10 cents. People are like, well, you don't do like 5%, 10%, 20% of your bid. I don't do any equation. I just want to go like just go lower position, lower position, lower position. Because maybe here it's not good, here it's not good, here it's good, right? But if I do here, 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 okay, I just skipped the one that was good. You know what I mean? I don't want to make those big moves. I just want to make these gradual, small, incremental changes. Now, the other side, scaling profitable ads. Now, you can increase bids, increase budgets, increase bid by placement, or launch profitable search terms. All right, let's start with increasing budgets. Go into the campaign manager, sort by ROAS. Any campaign that has a really good ROAS, just increase the budget. Even if you're not spending the whole budget, let's say your budget was 100 and you spent 20. If you make the budget 200, 300, 400, maybe you're not gonna spend the whole amount, but that 20 becomes 30, becomes 40, becomes 50. If the ROAS is really good, why not? Now, why does that happen? I don't know. Why does Amazon not spend the entire budget? Because it's based on a bidding system. So maybe when you're in position 35, not enough people are clicking on you, so you can't really spend that. But when you increase the budget, maybe Amazon says, hey, you know what? Let's start showing them up a little bit more. And maybe you get a little bit more clicks and then you get more sales. And since the campaign is profitable, you're just gonna get more of that. Next, increasing bid by placement. So the reverse of what we did, we go into each campaign, into the placements tab, and we look at the different placements. Now let's say top of search, first page, I see the ROAS is 8x, and rest of search, the ROAS is 2x. That tells me that when I show up top of search, first page, I am performing better. Now second, quick check, go back to the campaign and look at your top of search impression share. Most of the time it's gonna say less than 5%. Sometimes it's 10 or 15, whatever. But if it's anything under 20, 25%, that means that you could be showing up more for that top of search. So what you would do is you would add a bid by placement increase, let's call it 50%, which means if I have a dollar bid and I have a 50% bid by placement increase, that means I'm willing to spend up to $1.50 to show up higher if and only if I show up in the top of search first page. And the reason that I'm willing to spend that money is because based on the data, it showed that I performed better in top of search first page. So that's why I'm willing to increase my bid to show up more in that top of search because it performed way better than product pages or rest of search. Or it could be product pages. If it's rest of search, there's nothing that we could do. Increasing the bid by placement doesn't make any sense because it could literally be position 5 to position 1000, right? Like, so what's the point of increasing the bid by placement there? Just don't have any bid by placement. Next, increasing bids. So I like to have a criteria 1 to 20% ACOS, and then greater than 2 sales, so 3 sales or more, I like to increase the bids. The reason I like to do that is because let's say I'm in position 12 and I'm getting good performance. What if I go to position 8 or 6? Does that mean that more people are gonna see me and potentially more people click profitably? I'm not sure, but it's worth testing. So again, when my performance is really good on targets, I wanna increase the bids. Again, I'm gonna go back to the targeting tab. In the targeting tab, put the filter, 1 to 20% ACOS, 3 orders or more, and then gradually increase the bids. 5 cents, 10 cents maximum. Nothing crazy. I just want to show up a little bit higher to see if I can get more impressions, more clicks, and more sales from those keywords. All right, and finally, launching profitable search terms. So we're going to go back into the search term report that we were in, and instead this time the filters are going to be, again, 1 to 20% ACOS, and let's say 2 orders or more. So now it's going to show me all of the profitable search terms in auto broaden phrases. So make sure you do a filter. Only show up auto broaden phrase, only those match types, right? Because exact and product targeting, it's the exact one. You can't extract anything from it. So auto broad phrase, also expanded ASIN, put that criteria, go in, extract those search terms and deduplicate them. So let's say you find a search term like electrolyte powder for men, make sure that you're not already targeting it. Now, if you need a deduplication sheet, I actually have an app that does that really easily. I'll put the link in the description. But anyways, you take those search terms, make sure you're not already targeting them, and then launch them in their own campaigns in different match types. Do not add them as negatives. If they're making money, never pause, never add them as negatives, because let them continue to make money, because you don't know, once you launch it in its own campaign, it might not make any money, it might not be profitable, and then you're like, damn, I just killed this keyword that was making me money, tried to spend more money on it, and it didn't work out. So all you're trying to do is take that search term, launch it in its own campaign in the match types that you're not currently running, and then see if you can get more money to it, more impressions, more clicks, and more sales profitably, since it performed well already in the search term report. And now the final piece of the puzzle is cannibalization. So sometimes launching sponsor product and sponsor brand can cause cannibalization. What that means is, let's say I have a sponsor product ad and a headline search ad. The same people could be clicking on both, charging you twice, and anyways, they're gonna only buy once. So always try and split test, reducing that sponsor brands and only keeping sponsor products, and see if your spend goes down and your revenue stays the same, that sponsor brand campaign was not actually doing anything good for you. All right, there you have it. Super quick, super simple, super easy. And guys, if you need help optimizing your PPC campaigns, we can run a full audit, step by step, showing you every single thing that you could do to your campaigns and how to do it so you can optimize your campaigns. Just click in the link in the description. Now, I have an insane masterclass literally on how to grow a brand on Amazon end to end, from manufacturing all the way to launching, scaling, everything that you need to know. Highly recommend you guys check it out. If you have questions, put them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.